I can't believe.
Yeah. Hello, everybody,
and welcome back to Use Guys. We're continuing our play of Hollow Knight, the God Home
edition.
God Home edition.
Yeah. So off camera, Zack. While I struggled, Zack muscled his way through, and he beat the Hive Knight on Ascended. Yeah. So I'm like, Hive Knight. Sorry. So I'll just come out and say, yeah, congratulations, Zack, you beat me. I'm not gonna give you a hearty handshake. I'm not gonna give you a hearty handshake now. There it is. Okay, there you go, handshake. Anyways, so now I want him to fight this.
Okay.
You gotta fight the Broken Vessel.
Broken Vessel.
I'll let you fight the easier version. I should toss him to the harder version. But totally go for this. Don't worry, this fight is easy, Zack, if you know how to dodge.
Where am I? Shit.
You're right there. You're in the middle.
Where?
Well, now you're in the corner. You did it!
Nice.
Okay. So, that's the sample fight.
What?
Okay, now you gotta fight the more difficult version.
What?
Yeah. Okay. That was tutorial mode. Okay. And now... Huzzah! You gotta fight the Lost Kin.
Lost God of the Abyss.
Go for it.
Alrighty. What I was gonna say was... I just Leroy Jenkins my way through the...
The first fight, now I can Leroy Jenkins my way to the second fight. Go for it. I mean, you probably could. This fight took me a while because I had to memorize like the the attack pattern. But I don't know, you're gonna muscle your way through this like you always do. So have at it, you. I did spec you for just raw damage.
That's true.
Oh, you did it.
Did I?
you just raw damaged your way through.
There you go.
Huh? No, I mean it's fine. But I mean the fact that you can raw damage your way through this makes me be like, if he's gonna do this, he might as well fight the Ascended mode at this point. Sure. Try it on Ascended, see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm more shocked and awe. I'm like, Jesus, like if that's all it took, then why didn't I do that before? But I'm like, oh, that's right, because I didn't have like all the freaking charms that I gave you.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
like and max health. So it's a little
that's
it's
right.
a little bit different.
Double damage this time.
Yeah.
Oops.
What happens, Zack? Just muscle your way through the fight. It's so freaking simple.
Forgot. Made a boo-boo.
A boo-boo, eh?
A boo-boo.
So damn easy for you.
Well, it would be if I didn't take so much damage.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay.
Well, that's kind of the thing. Like, this is.
Wait a second. Hold on. What was? What was dash? Oh, okay. The trigger.
Yeah. The back right trigger.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's one thing I was missing because I was pushing the shoulder button, and the shoulder is the magic.
Yeah. All right. I wasn't playing for real. Now I'm gonna play for real.
No, play for real. Let's go to the abyss. Taste my blade.
You watch, you're gonna die 10 times as fast now. You run into him.
I'll never see it coming. Ow. No.
Yep.
Ow. Ow. Wee. Okay.
What?
I can do it.
You can do it. You just, I'll keep running into him. Eventually, he'll just fall over and die.
No, I think I have.
I'm like,
I'm learning.
I gotta give Zack a harder boss fight at this point because it's just like it's embarrassing watching him just like muscle his way through.
Damn it. Oh. Oops. Okay. Hold on. Wait.
Somebody got a little overzealous on that last one.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
What were we talking about last time? Oh, yeah, I kind of want to continue our conversation. So, we're talking about, like, Suicide Squad, John Cena, Peacemaker, and then, wrestling. We're talking about the wrestling and the acting and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot my point on that. Shit, that's...
Wrestlers acting, John Cena acting, and, what do you call, having more range than you expected. The Rock having more range than you expected, and me dying.
Oh, what was... That was the reason why I brought it up. Oh, yeah, The Rock. That's the reason why.
Okay.
Have you seen the trailer for Black Adam? I think it came out.
I haven't seen the trailer. I know that The Rock is Black Adam.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I saw him... Like, I saw, like, the photo they teased of him as, like... For, like, the thumbnail of him as Black Adam in the outfit. And, gotta say, it's okay. I mean, I've seen what like the costume for Black Adam looks like and stuff. It's kind of like just think like Dark Superman.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the character. I always thought he was like the villain because he always used to fight like Shazam. So
yeah, I don't really know anything about
Black Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, from this recording, we did see the Batman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was surprised that Robert Pattinson, without spoiling anything, I was surprised that Robert Pattinson he makes a good Batman. Like Batman, not like
he made a better Batman than I expected, but not as good as because here's like I mean we talked about this off camera, but he was kind of one-dimensional throughout the movie. Like between his Batman and his Bruce Wayne, almost never shifted. Okay. Also, a spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched it yet,
we are going to say mention stuff. Okay.
Maybe go watch it. Well, I just don't want potential spoiler alert. I guess is more what I mean, because I don't want to accidentally say something. I guess we're not talking about plot, but I guess I don't want to spoil anybody's potential appreciation for a movie. Because I went in with, like, not the best expectations, but also, like, I tried to go in with as open a mind as I felt I could.
Like, I asked my sister after, like, after we seen it, like, when I got home and stuff, she was up.
Had she seen it?
She didn't. So, the situation was, like, my sister and then both my parents were there. Mm-hmm. When I said, like, yeah, I thought he was actually okay as Batman. Again, as the persona of Batman.
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. So, my sister kind of had that look on her face, like, you know that look?
Yeah, the Excalibur look?
Yeah, from Soul Eater. Yeah, she kind of had that look on her face. And then, like, my mom was like, who was Batman? And so my sister had to explain it was...
Cedric Diggory.
Yes.
Edward Cullen.
Yeah. And so she was like, who? And then she explained the roles. Oh. And then, like, I swear to God, like 3 seconds of loading, and then she had the same face, like the, ugh, what?
Yeah.
Face. And my dad knew who we were talking about, and he was like, I only just see him as some pasty white kid that needs to get out in the sun.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is he Batman?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, like, way to not hold it in. But I totally get it, because, you know, he was like typecasted for that role for how long? Yeah, because they made like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 Twilight movies. Some shit like that.
I think it was 4 movies.
Yeah,
I think it was.
There was the first one. I remember there was a second.
First, second, and then I think the third one was a 2-parter.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Having trouble muscling through?
Maybe a little.
How about you go to another boss fight?
I'll do this one more time.
One more time?
And then
Okay.
we'll move on.
Yeah. So like I totally get why
I keep getting switched between the magic blast and the dash.
Mm-hmm. So like I totally get their apprehension to wanting to watch it. I mean, they're not my parents more so than like my sister. Like they're more like it's a comic book movie. Like, do I care?
Yeah.
My sister, she makes attempts to watch comic book movies. So, she like for her again, it was like the whole idea of him being like him being Batman.
Okay, fine.
But
just move on to the next one over.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my thing. I was like, initially when I heard about it, I was like, maybe he'll make a good Batman. I just don't think he's going to make a good Bruce Wayne. And I was right.
Yeah. You gotta fight Nosk. Wait.
Yeah.
Real quick. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. The thing is terrifying. Muscle.
You got this, dude. No pressure. I believe in you. Well.
What? Oh. It's hot.
Ow. What happens? Zach just busted your way through the fight.
I was like, hey, look, there's a free moment. Maybe I can heal. Oh, nope, dead.
Fine.
Yeah, but I thought he was gonna make a good Batman. And
make it easier for yourself. Hit the lever.
Did you? This is the easier version.
Yeah.
Super convincing.
Yeah,
sure. Fine, it's good.
Give it a shot.
Give it a try. Oh, platforms.
It's your friend.
Wait.
What's this?
Oh God. Oh.
Don't worry, Zach. You got this. I believe in you. This fight remind you of anything?
Kind of several things all at once. Ah! Oops.
It's basically like fighting like the bug from before.
Yeah,
on the crack.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, Batman.
Yes.
So wait. So is this actually the easier mode?
No.
Okay.
It's an alternative leave the fight.
But like honestly, he didn't make a super good Batman either. I thought, but I think like we were talking about last night, is that it's almost like the message of this movie is different, where Batman isn't really that much of a hero. He's just kind of a guy trying to do his own thing for what he believes is for the good of, Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is that he's actually doing more damage by trying to take matters into his own hands, rather than, especially as like a vigilante rather than a billionaire who could restore the structure of Gotham.
Yeah, because okay, so at this point now we're talking about the movie. Yeah. His character, like, he's, and again, okay, so did they specify how long like his parents were dead?
He said he had he said he'd been doing the Batman thing for 2 years.
Okay,
but I think he had only been, I don't know how old he was in the movie,
mm-hmm.
but he's also
fairly older.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be like late 20s at least. I don't know how old he is in real world, but he was supposed to be a kid when his parents still died. So I think the inference is that he like trained with Alfred for a long time. Like Alfred even mentioned is like I can teach you to fight, but I can't teach you to something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the inference is that Alfred taught him to fight and basically taught him to be Batman, or at least helped him learn how to be Batman. But
yeah, but okay, I'm not super trying to defend this movie. Oh, you did it. You did most of your way through, barely.
Yeah. By the skin of my skull cap.
But like, I can't. Okay, so like you said, like his problem was like he was too much more into it, like taking care of his own needs, as opposed to
wanting to be vengeance.
Well, not so much that, just to like to do it for the betterment of Gotham. Because that's the thing, like Batman's supposed to be like the defender of Gotham, yeah. In like all iterations of him. This one, I would like how long he's been doing the role and like who or like when his parents died, like how old is he? Really kind of plays a role, right? Because like the older you get, like theoretically, the wiser you're supposed to become, right? Like your emotions change, your mentality changes over time, yeah. So I would dare say, like, I mean, he can be Batman for like the 2 years, but he's still like a kid doing Batman, right?
Yeah.
It's like it'd be like Robin, right? Like Robin went under Batman's wing to learn from him, right? But like he's still a kid at heart, right? So he makes impulsive, dumb like decisions for himself more than the role that he's supposed to be.
Right.
So I want to say that's kind of what it is, but that again, that's like everyone's interpretation of Batman. It's not like, no, everything he's supposed to do is for like the city. He's supposed to be the superhero, not the vigilante that just beats people up just because he's like they're there and they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Which is kind of which is really what it came down to when you looked at it. But I don't know, like they said they wanted to do a sequel for the movie, and I'm hopeful that they'll listen to like there's people, there are directors and studios that listen to like the critiques of like the fans, and like they take that to heart and hopefully change the character later on.
The surprising thing to me is that I've seen a lot of like good reviews about it.
Oh yeah?
Like, why?
I mean, it's been a while since there was just a Batman movie.
And I'm no fucking like movie buff, right? What do you mean just a bit?
Because a lot of
like most of the recent stuff has been Justice League related.
Yeah, well, just like it's a lot of co-op stuff. It's like Batman, Superman, Justice. Like you said, like Justice League. Freaking even like the show. It's not like you watch the show Titans.
No.
It focuses on like it focuses on like the Teen Titans in this case, yeah.
Right.
But they have the guy that played Jorah Mormont in Game of Thrones.
Vaguely.
Ian Glenn. I think that's actually his name. He was in Downton Abbey.
Okay. I'd have to see.
You have to see his face. Okay, basically. Yeah. But yeah, he's Bruce Wayne. So like Bruce Wayne's in the show. Like Batman exists in the show. I don't think I've ever actually seen him as Batman because I never really watched the show entirely. I might have missed something, but yeah, he's like Bruce Wayne exists, right? So it's just like, yeah, like Batman's around, but there hasn't been like a standalone Batman thing since like Christian Bale's Batman. So maybe I want to say maybe that's why people are kind of like, oh yeah, it was good. So also, this Batman appeals to a different demographic.
Yeah.
Whenever they release new stuff, right? It's the older you get, the more you've seen.
Yeah.
For the kids, for the parents who brought their little kids to watch this Batman, this is their Batman.
How was this PG-13?
I think this movie might have been R, possibly.
I don't think so. Cause I don't. Well, I mean, maybe, but I don't feel like there was like a lot of swearing. I guess is my metric. I mean, not that there has to be really in a Batman movie, but I feel like if it was an R, they would have tried to get away with.
I'm pretty sure it merits an R rating, only because like there was enough violence in that merits like, yeah. I don't think I'd show that to my kid.
I'd rather show my kids a good.
Aw, dude.
Like Deadpool.
I still don't like Deadpool.
I
actually watched it. I actually watched the first movie.
Whoa. This is a new thing. What are you doing? You don't get to just do new things.
Dude, you're in phase 2.
Ah!
I don't know if that's true or not. Oh, and there's the roof.
Damn it.
Zack, the roof was on fire.
The roof is on fire.
Fire.
You didn't even like the movie?
I didn't like it. I'm just not. I'm not a fan of when a comic book character themselves breaks the fourth wall like that. It you know, because like, okay, I'm fine with like the characters breaking the fourth wall if the characters themselves are like so goofy and cartoony, in the sense that like Teen Titans Go, like that show, like that's obviously like I guess I would say a satire of like the original Teen Titans cartoon, right? So when they break the fourth wall and stuff, it's like I think that's okay because it's so goofy and childy. It's not nearly as serious. I mean, can a serious movie break the fourth wall? It can, but I just don't like my comic book heroes like breaking the fourth wall as much as he did. Because it's kind of like, so is this basically, I don't know if this is the character or if this is the actor basically just like going off on their own thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think it's supposed to be the character, like, but it also has been a long time since I've seen it.
I'd have to rewatch it because I watched it like the one time and was just like, yeah, I'm kind of over this.
But I think he didn't break the fourth wall that much in that movie. I mean, certainly more than other superheroes do in their movies. Forgot there's.
I mean, it's okay for like a character to like monologue and stuff. Because I mean, there's plenty of like characters that do like movies that have the character monologue. And stuff. But I could also be thinking partially of like the second movie because I get the first movie and second movie like blended together.
Of Deadpool.
Yeah,
bitch. Look, you can shoot stuff or you can have stuff come up from the ground. You can't do both. That's cheating. Fuck. It's too much. But anyway, I mean, you're free to not like the character. I like Deadpool well enough. Like, I wouldn't necessarily call him my favorite character. And in fact, I think there are a lot of things about Deadpool that if people like them, they're kind of red flags. Great start. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to like it for a comic book hero. Like, no one should have to.
Man, Zack.
He's so tall. Like, even when he comes to the ground, I'm like, I have to dodge him, but I have to start jumping pretty much before he starts his.
Yeah. As hard as this may seem, because when we record, we can't
also have to dash.
Yeah, because when we record, we can't have like the sound of the TV too loud. So there's another problem. Like, this thing gives you like small like audio cues. When he's about to dash.
I think I changed
the setting to Ascended.
I think so. I think this is going to go hard.
There's only one way to find out, dude.
Is there going to be two? Or is he just going to be harder?
It's the other one. The other one's going to start crawling on the ground.
Nope, it's the harder one. Up. It's going to be crawling in my skin. Oops.
Well, at least he didn't kill you. You killed yourself. Well, tell you what, you already did the You already did the regular version, right? Oh, you haven't done the regular version.
I haven't finished the tuned version. Come on. I haven't beaten it anyway because it's so tall.
I recall struggling against this fight a bit.
Yeah.
But I also remember beating him in like the boss rush mode for got him. So it's doable, Zack.
I could do it.
I mean, you did all the other fights that I thought that you might have struggled against. You just freaking, muscle your way through. But then again,
it's harder to muscle through when they're not on the ground.
Ground, exactly. And I was like, yeah, they were on the ground. So,
stop flying higher.
Zack, you know what the problem is? This is like Pokemon. You're a ground type. You're not meant to fight flying types.
I'm weak against flying type.
Well, you also do love grass. You also do love grass Pokemon, and they are weak to flying.
Oh fuck! Alright, one more time. But yeah, there was a lot I didn't like about the
Batman
movie.
I liked Colin Farrell as Penguin though. It was nice. It was a nice gritty take of him.
It was surprising. No. I don't know why I second guessed myself on what the fucking jump button was.
It's because I mentioned the word Colin Farrell. It's like
guess.
taboo.
I do love Colin Farrell, but it's one of those things where like if you're trying to make somebody act so outside of themselves, like why hire that actor? And not just like not within a question of range, but like he was unrecognizable.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I guess because now I'm thinking of like Gary Oldman, right? But sort of the opposite issue applies because there's always a little bit of Gary Oldman in his scenes,
in his roles.
But this seemed very like, for God's sake. I keep forgetting. All right, last time I'm gonna try to remember to.
But I think that's probably because part of like Colin Farrell's appeal is his appearance.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, certainly.
And then I think that's the thing. Like when you and this unfortunate thing with like a lot of actors, they're judged based on their appearance. Like whether you subconsciously like think it or not. Right? When you think of that actor, you always refer to their appearance in their roles. Mm-hmm. Right? And not so much like, you know, they're sometimes not so much like they're acting in and of itself. Like when I think Colin Farrell, like I think of his appearance, right? And like I go back to a lot of his movie roles and stuff. But you know, I thought it was kind of interesting to see him like take on like this role that not is only like why did he pick why did he choose this role?
Yeah.
Or why was he given this role? Like you said, when it could have been given to someone else. And then also like it didn't even look like Colin Farrell because they did such a good job at like, you know, like the makeup and effects for him. But I mean, he nailed like that gritty like Arkham series.
Like mobster sort of
deal he had, in like the Penguin had in the video games. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, he did a good job for that. Because I like I said, I watched the TV series Gotham, and watching I keep forgetting that actor's name. The one that played Penguin in that and stuff, and that's the that's kind of like the Penguin I was expecting, where like. Yeah, he's like super conniving. This like Colin Farrell's Penguin. He wasn't like super conniving, but he definitely was like you said, he was like that down and gritty like you know, criminal, that thug. So, would you like me to try
one more time?
Okay.
So. There's so much in this fight. Like he's fucking tall, and he's got the scream. Like you said, it's the fucking bug on crack, and it's like. Fucking... So
this fight to you is what the Hive Knight was to me. Fucking hate the Hive Knight.
Yeah. No.
So what are you gonna ask me? You're gonna ask me something.
What's the story leading up to this point? Like. Why is the girl like there?
That thing?
No, are you expecting it to be her and then suddenly it changes to be that guy, or like what's?
Yeah, basically the thing you're fighting, the Nosk, it's a shapeshifter and stuff. So I mean, it may be many moons before we get to this point, and hopefully you'll forget by then. But like, you know, the first fight, the Nosk, the one that's crawling on the ground and shit, all willy-nilly.
Yeah, the fucking spider.
There's an area that you traverse, and you see basically a carbon copy of you, and you follow it, and as you go through it, it turns out like the Nosk is like this apex predator that mimics people into like false sense of security. So you see her because you know her, your allies, yeah. And then it's supposed to turn to that thing, surprise you, and try to kill you, and eat you. That's basically the premise. So hopefully you don't retain any of this information when we actually make you play the game.
I'm barely retaining it now.
Awesome.
Dude, you can't fucking summon the thing and then also fly down. That's bullshit. Fuck. And I keep hitting this fucking shoulder button. Oh, here, take it.
Okay.
I keep hitting the fucking shoulder button instead of the dash button, and I keep running into the fucking thing, and then it hits me. Don't like it. Don't like it at all.
Yes, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted from you. Let
Show me your rage.
Let me give it a shot.
By all means.
I'm doing it on Ascended.
This can be your counter conquer, like because I destroyed, because I beat the High Knight at a tune. This can be my High Knight. You can fucking wipe it out in front of my fucking face.
Yeah.
See, like the shit is on the ground sometimes, and you have to dodge the shit in the air, and then you got the ghosties, and it's got this fucking spray bullshit.
I get it, dude. Don't worry. You don't.
It kind of looks like a fucked up Pegasus.
The head?
Yeah. See, look at the. Even you fucking died.
Yeah, but I haven't played this in a while.
Well, I mean the fact that it's got like the four limbs and the wings and the sort of horse-ish shaped head.
Okay. Hey, look! I didn't fall when I made the jump.
What a revelation! Who knew there was going to be gravity there?
Okay, let's see.
So it's got to be a little bit telepathic too, to know like your friends, or does it just skulk about and watch?
I think it just skulks about, is what it does.
It's like I know you know there.
You love
her.
Hollow Knight is essentially like Link. He doesn't say anything. It's all audio cues, not like the people talking. Shit.
Does the character have a name?
The Knight? He's just referred to as the Knight. That's literally it. He has no name. He's nameless.
And if I remember, you were talking about the sort of story of the game is that you have to defeat the thing that's possessing the Hollow Knight.
Correct.
But you don't like become the Hollow Knight, right? At the end of the game.
I don't want to spoil everything to you.
Okay. Okay.
Because where's the fun in that, Reid? Or Zack?
Oops. You picked a whole cave. Oops.
Well, I did a little bit better.
You certainly did better than me. But who's counting?
Alright.
One more shot.
Last try, and then we'll call it.
Okay.
Yeah. How's that?
Sounds fair. And fuck, all of these games, even the Ascended ones, or the attuned ones, are harder in-game, typically, because you're working with less life.
Less life, and like...
you don't have the charms.
You don't have... and you don't actually have, like, all the abilities at the time, depending on the fight. This one, when you fight this version, you have everything.
Oh, okay.
Theoretically, you should have everything, because, you're doing God Home.
Oh.
I mean, you could still technically miss stuff, but the game gives you everything. Like, this version gives you everything. Ceiling goop!
Weird.
Normal goop!
Normal goop. Goop goop de doop. It's Betty Goop.
You think?
Hmm?
You think they'll ever bring back Betty Boop?
What do you mean? Oh, like remake it?
Yeah. Or you think the character is just too like
too outdated?
Yeah.
Well, fucking done. You bitch.
And guess what? You can play with the skull. I did it! Okay, goodbye everybody!
Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. And, yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yeah.